cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding. This is my last.
Hey guys, Elias here. So a few members approached me privately through PM, asking me basically how I managed to put up solid content on a consistent basis on the forum. And I thought instead of, replying to them individually or even writing up, some long text-based FAQ, that I would just demonstrate to them through a screencast how I do, put up good content on a very consistent basis up at the forum. So here we go. I'm at the psuc.com, and let's log in. That'll be your first step, is to just log in. Now this account, okay, password. Not going to be sharing that with you guys today. Okay, so basically the first thing I do whenever I log onto psuc, you can get overwhelmed with threads and posts when you first log in and you just see the first page and there's all these different threads and different things to reply to, and you can get bogged down in that. So the first thing I do when I get on is I look at forum games, because that's usually where the prime content is, and that's where most of the foot traffic goes. So I look at forum games, and I see here the bolded threads. That means threads I haven't looked at yet. So usually I look at these and I'll reply to some of these. I'll do that later. And then after I get done, these first few replies where the traffic is heavy, I hit new posts. And here you'll see all the newest posts throughout the forum. It's a lot of posts. But usually everything below that line I ignore because that's stuff that hasn't interested me before. And basically I stick up here. Okay, so let's look at some threads. There's a Verizon thread started by Putrid Imp. Let's click on that. Okay, if I remember correctly, it's about phones. Yeah, okay, so we have NDF here talking. He's saying, my Razer M has a non-removable battery and get along just fine. Okay, so, because up here, they're talking about phones, and Gargig recommends a phone that says, yeah, he recommends the HTC One, and then Chaos replies, enjoy your non-removable battery and internal storage only. And then I say, thank you, I will. Always be cordial on the forums. You attract more flies with honey than vinegar. So that's the approach I usually take. Not everyone will go for this tack, but I find that works for me, and that helps me put up good content on a regular basis. You see Mountain Man, he's a little more hostile here. He says, who cares about phones? Thomas cares about phones. But that's sort of his persona on the forums, and people have accepted that's his niche. So Mountain Man can do that. Not everyone will be able to, though. You see here, he has the anime signature and avatar sort of, I think, helps him in that regard. Okay, let's click down here. The HTC One, yeah, they're just arguing about the phone, about if the battery is important. Buzzer, and then NDF says he's basically confirming that it doesn't really matter about the battery. You get along just fine. And I'm gonna reply here, and like I said before, it's always nice to be cordial and kind on the forums. You'll get better responses, more responses that way. Sometimes you can get responses by being a dick, but really those aren't the kinds of responses you want to get. That's just more getting attention for the sake of attention. Here, if I want to get attention, it's for a positive reason. So I'm going to reply here. Good discussion here, guys. Looking forward to seeing where this removable battery versus unremovable battery discussion, or let's change it to argument, because I already said discussion. Argument goes. And you see here that spell check says this isn't correct. Usually I leave that alone. That's sort of my trademark, not spelling things correctly or not using proper grammar or what have you. I don't do it on purpose, but it just happens, and then spell check tells me to, change it, and usually I don't. I don't know. I don't really feel like it. I don't feel like putting in that effort. I feel like it like I said, it's my trademark style. People recognize me by this sort of thing, so I just keep it as is, and it's sort of become a character trait. Character traits are good, so that people know you have trademark styles and you become a distinct voice on the forum. I can't stress enough how much voice is important. Okay, so here's my post. Alright, I'll hit new post again. Always hit new post at the top. I don't go back to FG. I hit new posts once I submit my post. Okay, so we see here, took my first shit in 9 days. Okay, this was a particularly bad thread, I remember. Let's see here. Knobs says, that shit happened to me while I was on painkillers and antibiotics. Fucking painkillers make you constipated, and antibiotics give you the shits diarrhea. After the 4th day or so, I had the most gut-wrenching shit ever. So here I'm gonna go a little caustic. Here's the thing about Knobs posts. He's the administrator, but I found that fucking around with the moderators here is gets you, we'll say, brownie points. As long as you're not being genuinely hostile. I've noticed I tend to get a lot of reps for these kind of posts. So just to demonstrate, I'm gonna reply with so that they know that I'm replying to Knobs, and I'm gonna say something sarcastic, I guess. I'm gonna say, "Cool story, bro." Okay, and there we go. And so it'll come off dickish, but in a playful manner, and it won't come off genuinely hostile, or as if I've got a real bone to pick with Navs. And it's just a solid reply. It's pretty much guaranteed to start banter. Cool story, bro. And Knobs could reply with any manner of things, like, fuck you, man, or any number of things, really. So we're gonna go back up to new posts again. And look, here, this is what I'm saying. Verizon, I just replied to this thread, and it seems someone else has already replied to it. Budzer. If you remember, I replied to that with looking forward and seeing where this discussion is going, so like I said, you'll attract more honey, or more flies with honey, rather than vinegar. So let's see what that reply Budzer gave. And Budzer says, that means a lot coming from you, Mr. Unrepentant iPhone non-removable battery guy. I don't really understand what this post is saying, to be honest. And you're going to come across this quite a bit when it comes to, so posters like Budzer. He'll reply to you, and you'll have no idea how it's relevant to what you said. Mr. Unrepentant iPhone non-removable battery guy. I don't understand. I don't have an iPhone. I don't know what this means. So here, when you get this kind of reply, you have 3 options. You can just reply with, what are you talking about? You can just ignore it, which is usually, it's not a bad option. Or you can go on the offensive if you've perceived it as some sort of hostile remark, and you can go this route and see where that leads you. Like I said, contradictory to what I said, you attract more flies with honey, but I don't think we really want this fly buzzing around, if you catch my drift. Okay, so let's go up. New posts. Alright, and so we have a couple of threads here. The Steam Summer Sale. I don't know if we'll want to click that. I'm not really interested in the Steam Summer Sale. I don't do much PC gaming. Although I do recognize that PC gaming is, the quote-unquote master race. It's better than console gaming. I recognize that. I don't argue with that. But it's just not my thing. Hip-hop, same thing. Same thing, really. And then mag, SOCOM4, and confrontation servers being... Okay, do people even still play these games? I'm not really interested in this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do... Oh wait, hang on, look. Looks like Sportbike replied. See? What did I tell you? We're getting replies. They're rolling in. When you put up decent content, people respond. And so Sportbike is saying, at the end of the month, I'm getting rid of my iPhone because it's killing me spiritually. See, Sportbike is another one. He has his posting persona. He seems always on the verge of suicide. You can look at his SIG and you see the depressed SpongeBob cartoon. He just reeks of depression, and that's part of his gimmick. Is that, but it's more than a gimmick, it's a persona. It's a posting persona. And so we're going to reply here. We're going to go, since I'm close friends with Sportbike, I'll reply with a little banter, and I'll say, "Hey fag, kill yourself." That's sort of an in-joke between him and me. And the in-joke thing, what I want to say about that is it's okay to do a bit of it, like I'm doing here, but it can be a bit excessive. Like sometimes you'll see Free and Mountain Man posting anime at each other, and that's okay in one thread, two threads here and there, but when it gets to, just constant anime, in-joke, it's a little grating on people who are on the outside, because they feel excluded. So don't do too much of that. We're gonna hit new posts. I'm gonna be wrapping up here. Sportbike replied again. Here we go. We got the banter going. I'm telling you, these replies are rolling in. And the only person who calls me is my mom. And Elias knows the number. This way he can't text me anymore. See? There you go. There's the banter. That's what you get. Hey fag, kill yourself, and he's talking about here, he's going to change his number so I can't text him anymore. So I'm going to reply here. What should I reply here? I think I'm going to make this my last post. I know. You're gay, and then P.S. shout out from my screencast. And I'm going to hit post quick reply. And look, Free, see the replies are rolling in. Before I even get to the reply, you see Free's replied here. And does she ask you why you're always tired? See, that's one of those in-joke things. I don't really know what they're talking about there, and those get annoying. They really do. See, look, another one. I'm running on 30 seconds here, so I'm going to read this. It destroys value of information. Okay, so that's the basic gist of it. That's how I put up good content. You see, it generates engagement with my posts pretty much all the time. I can guarantee it. So that's my general strategy. It might work for you, it might not, but So the last step is to log out. Log off and enjoy your life. And that's it. That's my secret. Bye-bye.